Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Loreweek. I'm your host, Lore Dude, of the Lore Runners, but not the Lore Walkers. Or I guess I am technically a Lore Walker as well as the Lore Runner, so that actually makes sense. So, we've shuffled the watch parties thing off to a second topic. We'll get to that in a minute. First, I want to talk about, first of all, so FF7R is going to be this Friday. Second of all, I want to talk about the theater, because this is actually a very important thing to me. I know not all of you care about the theater. I do. I care a lot about the theater. It's the only creative outlet I have right now. But in addition to that, it's been a great way to interact with all you and get tons of people involved. We have something like, I think, 35 actors involved at this point, which may not sound like a lot of people, but holy crap, it's been a thing getting all coordinated and organized. It's been a bit of a learning process. But here's the thing. So I like to do a process I call the polishing pass, which I only do once everything's kind of lined up as far as the bare bones of something. Now, I do this with most designs, not just theater, but I did do this with Paper Mario 2, and I am doing this with FF9. So this morning I spent some time, and last night I spent some time working on a polishing pass, because FF5, wow, I need to not read chat and talk at the same time. Chapter 5 of FF9 is actually done, near as I can tell. Now, polishing pass, you go through, you make sure everything is in the right position as far as timing. You make sure that every line is there in case we missed something. You know, just a basic quality assurance check. But then there's also a lot of little sound balancing and sound audio stuff. That's the kind of thing you're basically not supposed to notice to try and make it sound as good as possible. That's the polishing pass. That's about, I don't know, 10 minutes in, which obviously takes a lot longer than 10 minutes to do. And I had a random thought run through the back of my mind, which is basically something along the lines of, man, I wish we could do something with the game audio to make it a little louder. And I was like, well, you know, there is something we could do. Now, let me go ahead and start by saying that the ideal circumstance would be to manually adjust the audio volume relative to every scene in the entire game. No. I do not have that time, and I do not have that patience. Mostly that time, though. I could probably do something like that, but that would actually be kind of insane to do. So, what we have been doing, what we did in Paper Mario 2, is actually very simple, and I'm actually going to showcase it to you because I want your guys' opinion. So, I'm going to go ahead and kill the music there, pull this up. So we're just going to pull this down to -18, which is the standard, I believe. Yep, okay. Just making sure we're at the right audio. Sorry, I'm doing something a little bit manually here, so forgive me for being weird. So we're going to do this.
What was that?
That's a little off-timed, but whatever.
It might be engine trouble. Please, remain in your seats while I check. Ah! It's a demon! A demon with a pointy hat!
A pointy hat?
Hang on. Let me try and time this a little better. Kind of skip a bit. Horror word.
What was that?
It might be engine trouble. Please, remain in your seats while I check.
Dang it.
Ah!
Hang on. So, okay, the problem here is what you're looking at is a video with no audio. And so I'm trying to sync the audio to the video manually.
What was that?
There. Whatever, screw it. That'll have to do. So here's the scene in question. I'm going to shut it now.
Engine trouble. Please, remain in your seats while I check. Ah! It's a demon! A demon with a pointy hat!
A pointy hat?
What's wrong? What's going on?
Mr. Retrieve Princess alive.
Isn't that the one we saw on the cargo ship?
Monster. I'll finish you off this time.
Wait, Steiner. Tell me something. Why do you want to capture me?
Princess, it's too dangerous. Please step back.
Listen, Retrieve Princess alive.
It's no use. It doesn't understand.
But I...
Eliminate all.
So I can go and start talking now, because this is the default. This is what it will be like as if we do no changes whatsoever, and this is how Paper Mario 2 was, alright? Now, one of the other things we could do, and I actually need to adjust this up, like this, and then do this, and then do this, and then do this. So there is another possibility we could do, which I'm going to go ahead and try to sync up again as best as I can.
What was that?
It might be engine trouble. Please, remain in your seats while I check. Ah! It's a demon! A demon with a pointy hat!
A pointy hat?
What's wrong? What's going on?
God, Mr. Retrieve Princess alive.
Isn't that the one we saw on the cargo ship?
Monster. I'll finish you off this time.
Wait, Steiner. Tell me something. Why do you want to capture me?
Princess, it's too dangerous. Please step back.
Listen, retrieve Princess alive.
It's no use. It doesn't understand.
But I...
Eliminate all.
And again, I can go ahead and start talking here, because then, just the combat plays out. So, the former is no ducking, without. The latter is with ducking. Ducking, or sidechaining, is exactly what that is referred to. So, now it's funny, Dream Whisperer and Nymph, I think, both said, oh, you should reduce the contrast of the ducking. This is the reduced contrast of the ducking. This is already reduced. By about 6 decibels louder. 6 decibels less of a issue that was. So these are our options, and I want your guys' vote. I'm actually kind of ambivalent, because the problem here is there's no making this work, basically, other than just choosing one of these two options. Either the entirety of the game audio is quieter, which again would involve no additional work because that's already done, or we do the ducking, which would be a small amount of additional work. Admittedly, I spent like 2 hours last night trying to figure out how to do it, and failed miserably the entire time, because it doesn't. Why not, Dakota? Mostly because of the fact. Yeah, I saw your vote on the Discord side. I actually might just delete that on the Discord side of things and put it here. I'll tell you what. I'll vote for without to count as your vote. How's that sound? Delete. There we go. How dare you use a VPN, sir? There we go. I spent 2 hours trying to get this working, and basically what would have to happen is I would have to go ahead and spend a lot of money getting an update I don't want in order to gain the ducking feature. Or I could do what I actually did, which I can even show you what I actually did. It's you're going to make fun of me because it's such an obvious change. I can't believe it didn't occur to me at first to do it. So what I did is I did this. All I did was pushed out the video of the actual rendered piece twice. Once with just the game audio, and once with everything other than the game audio. And that way I have what is effectively 2 audio channels, all the voice acting and the game sound itself. And once I have that, I can just dump it into Audacity, as you can see here, and then ducking is easy. Just plong, there. Very simple and very easy. Here's the poll link again. Now, we could... one thing actually occurred to me. You mentioned it's, oh my god, it's too loud. I had a thought. So we could do... this. Oh, it's not going to let me, is it? So we could do this instead. Let's try it this way. So right now, the default, the without ducking, is at negative 18 decibels. I know the exact amount of that. So we could do, say, negative 6 here. And then do the ducking at negative 12. And see what that sounds like. So let's kind of skip up here a bit.
What's wrong? What's going on?
Mr. Retrieve Princess alive.
Isn't that the one we saw on the cargo ship?
Monster. I'll finish you off this time.
Wait, Steiner. Tell me something. Why do you want to capture me?
Princess, it's too dangerous. Please stand back.
Listen. Retrieve Princess alive.
It's no use. It doesn't understand.
But I...
Eliminate all.
I'm curious what you mean by digital clipping, because the only spot that I can spot, which is digital clipping, is right here. And that's just because this little section right here, which I could just fix by doing that. See? Either way, this is a pretty important question. And this is something we need to nail down because, like I said, this is going to determine what format we export the theater into. And, of course, all future theaters as well. We're establishing a standard here. Go ahead and get rid of that. So please vote in. Please weigh in. By the way, Chapter 5 is Howlett's line submitted, so that's neat. I suppose I should mention something while Darth Tyrant is typing whatever he's talking about to me. The vote is currently... Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? That just makes so much sense. Is for people to... Can we not meme about that? I'm sorry for sounding angry, but I get tired of it. Like, if you're genuinely split, fine, but don't meme, please. If you just tie the vote, that doesn't do anything. It's the same as not voting. It's meaningless. It's irrelevant. It's a dice friggin' coin flip at that point. You want me to only have it duck by 2 decibels? Sure. That's a terrible idea. But we'll do that. We'll do that. So... Like 2 decibels is not much of a shift.
What's going on?
Mr. Retrieve Princess alive.
Isn't that the one we saw on the cargo ship?
Monster. I'll finish you off this time.
Wait, Steiner. Tell me something.
I'm just going to stop it there because you can already tell the difference is so negligible it might as well not even be there. We could try, say, negative 6. That's usually the increments I like to use, is increments of 6 decibels.
Mr. Retrieve Princess alive.
Isn't that the one we saw on the cargo ship?
Monster. I'll finish you off this time.
Wait, Steiner. Tell me something. Why do you want to capture me?
Princess, it's too dangerous. Please stand back.
Listen. Retrieve Princess alive.
It's no use. It doesn't understand.
But I...
Eliminate all.
just having allergies. It's gonna be like the next month plus at this point. I mean, we could do this. So this is -12. No, this is -6, -6 is what this is, which is fine. We could do that. So, someone name a scene in FF9. Actually, you know what? No, I'll pull. I know a scene I could do this in. Because there's one scene where I know I'm going to have to do some audio balancing because it sounds awful right now. I know exactly the scene I want to pull up. It's in Chapter 11. Because there's a song that plays that hits a few notes or a few frequencies, excuse me, that basically overrides the voice acting. It irritates the crap out of me. Unfortunately, we're missing some voice acting for this section, like I don't have Garnet. Actually, I guess I use 3 as well. I use multiples of 3 for most things I do.
We are the guardians of Terra.
There's some evil person there. So I don't have... this isn't gonna work. I don't have enough actors for these scenes. Alright, what's another scene? Dream Whisperer says the letter scene, which is... I think that's Chapter 9? Which does have... all? Yes, all of its voice acting done. Oh, I know, Javin. I'm well aware. Why do you think I'm spending the entirety of the beginning of Loreweek talking about this and getting people's opinions? I know, unfortunately well, that my own ears are not really what I should be using here. Here it is.
I wish I hadn't written that stupid letter.
Okay, hang on. Let's grab this whole scene. Not really, Javin. Here, you need the exact version of Premiere I'm using. And then you need to also have all the files I have, which is in the terabyte range. And then you need to have them all in the right directories. And then you need to be able to edit stuff. Yeah, no. Absolutely friggin' not. No.
Who wrote it?
Okay, here we go. So I got our scene. We got the flurry of love letter scene. Now, you're going to have to give me a second because I got to export this twice, as previously indicated. So let's export all of the voice acting first. Yes, replace. Yes, replace. Oh, for God's sakes. Hang on. Yes. Oh, export. Dang it. Hello, Brenda. Well, I can't check right now, but I'm pretty sure it's CS 5.5. No, this is definitely Mario Maker. Absolutely. Let's see. So now I'm exporting while I'm streaming, so this is going to take a minute. I have some music while I wait. But yes, this is a pretty important question for me, as I previously mentioned. But no, so Javin says, how do I delegate stuff? I can't even begin to think of how I can delegate any of this at this point. Like, I'm actually not sure how it's practically possible. Never mind the fact that I'm not sure what work could be delegated at this point that hasn't already been delegated. Now, if I had someone who would submit their SID lines... Oh, wait. That's already happened. Come on. It's not actually going to take that long once it starts. There we go. Benefits of having a nice computer. This will take 2 minutes to finish rendering. And then I'll have to do it again. Because I'll need the game audio. Let's see. Anybody know a good knock-knock joke? I'm kidding. So, right. So, I haven't talked about that yet. I suppose I should. Hey, guys, it's Easter. Happy Easter, everyone. Normally, Sundays are the day when I go and do my errands, right? You know, get stuff done. Everywhere's closed. Which I found out this morning. I'm done with kills, Cord. Thank you, though. For once, I finally have all the kills I need. But yeah, everywhere's closed, including the grocery store. So I can't get groceries today. Which is fine. Like, I'm not out of anything. I always buy at least a week in advance. It just means that next week I'm going to have to buy 2 weeks worth of stuff. So I could skip a week of laundry easily. I have plenty of spare clothes. So we're not going to take a break today, is what I'm getting down to. We're going to go ahead and stream Mario Maker 2 during the second block today. Shrug. At least we'll get more streaming done, which is always important. Need to get through that list after all. Speaking of which, anybody paying attention to the website may have noticed that the list has rearranged a little bit. It's still a little rubber bandy. Since people keep asking about FF7R, I put the date next to FF7R so people would stop asking about it. There we go. Hopefully that will alleviate any concerns. Now, before I push this out, I do want to mention that I actually haven't done a polishing pass on this section yet. So there's probably individual lines that aren't actually at the correct balance point. But, whatever, as they say. Why would I take the day off? I got work to do. I actually don't know what an OMF file is off the top of my head, Tyron. Granted, I'm pretty tired, but I don't think I've worked with OMF before. I know, Lord Harrimont. I know. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll get 17. Anytime anybody asks about FF7R, take a drink. That's the rule here. Minute 20. It's not actually a long period of time. 1 minute and 20 seconds is not long to export a file. It just feels like it takes a while. Yeah, I can't wait to play a beloved RPG or another beloved RPG I've never played before. That's always fun. This game sucks! No, I have no idea. I know nothing about Phantasy Star except for like a few songs. And I know even less about Grandia. Well, like I said, Friday we'll be playing it. Here's hoping it's actually good. And I'm going to say something incredibly controversial now. Here's hoping it's actually different. What? If I wanted to play FF7, then I'd play FF7. And Lord knows that Warcraft 3 remaster pissed me off plenty. Okay, so we've got both files pushed out. Okay, so let's grab in the voice acting, game audio. Let's pull this up here, put this here. Nope, wrong thing. Hey, Loner. There we go. Hang on, so we're going to stop. All right, so let's try the, what was it, -6, -6, I think? Let's shovel that up there. And...
Well, just read the letter. That is beautiful.
Stuff like that is why we do this process to begin with, by the way, because you probably couldn't even tell that Steiner was talking underneath that, and I got headphones on. So let's pull that down and then do this at -6 and then hit play.
So, there's only room for dagger in Zidon's heart. I wish I hadn't written that stupid letter. Zidon looked so sad. Isn't there anything I can do for him? Ugh! Zidon, I hate you! You insensitive fool! You don't even know how I feel. I feel bad about ditching him, but I really don't feel like seeing him tonight. I gotta hide before he shows up. Shoot! Someone's coming. Could it be Zidon?
There's no one here, bro.
I guess I'm early.
Maybe. I wonder who wrote you that love letter.
Well, just read the letter. I bet it's beautiful.
Really? Are you sure you didn't write it yourself? I mean, you caught the letter falling from the floor above you, right?
I'm telling you, she was too shy to hand me the letter herself. And if you don't think I'm a ladies' man, you're wrong. Chicks are intimidated by good-looking guys, that's why.
Someone's coming.
Marcus, don't interrupt me while I'm
Let's hide, bro.
Alright, alright.
I must tighten up security around the castle from now on. Dusk to dawn, rain or shine, I must patrol the castle. Right, clear. Left, clear. Huh? It's a piece of paper. This looks like a letter. Let's see. When the night sky wears the moon as its pendant, I shall await you at the dock. My goodness. This is a love letter. Who wrote it? To whom? No address or addressee. Did someone drop it here, knowing that I would pass by? Who could it have been?
Steiner?
Beatrix, was it you?
Are they in love?
Bro?
Quiet.
Steiner.
Beatrix.
Ooh, what's gonna happen?
My nose is bleeding.
Stick your thumb a bit.
Achoo! Achoo!
Boss?
Oh, you totally ruined the scene.
So what do you think? I mean, obviously it's amazing, and I do need to rebalance Marcus versus Blank because Dream Whisperer is really quiet, and the count was pretty loud, so I'm gonna have to do some obvious, specific polishing there. But as weird as it may sound, I think I want to make the actual game audio a little quieter.
So, There's only room for
Really?
Maybe.
And then do this.
Caught the letter falling from the floor above you, right?
I'm telling you, she was too shy to hand me the letter herself. And if you don't think I'm a ladies' man, you're wrong. Chicks are intimidated by good-looking guys, that's why.
Someone's coming.
Marcus,
I just said I was going to fix that hazardous. Jesus Christ, dude. But yeah, other than the polishing passport, which obviously we're not at yet.
I must tighten up security around the castle from now on. Dusk to dawn, rain or shine, I must patrol the castle. Right, clear. Left, clear. Huh? It's a piece of paper.
I think I like this a little better. So this is a variance of another 3 decibels, basically making the default game sound lower and then adding the -6 ducking to it.
I wonder who wrote you that love letter.
God, Marcus. And that way the overall game audio is a little bit quieter, and it also helps the quieter lines to get through. Like there was a bit here.
I wonder who wrote you that love letter.
Hang on, where was it?
well, just read the letter. I bet good-looking guys, that's why.
Someone's...
No, over here.
There's no one here, bro.
I guess I'm early. I bet she's beautiful.
Sure you can...
Here, this one right here. I need to hear this line.
Oh, really? Are you sure you can write it yourself? I mean, you caught the letter falling from the floor above you, right?
I'm telling you.
I think that sounds better. -12, -6. So anyways, that's what the ducking would sound like. Obviously, there's still a poll going about that, which is kind of tied. At the moment, okay, it's a little less tied. Apparently, only 22 people care about this. So that's neat. Please vote. If you don't care, then I guess there's nothing I can do to make you care. But yeah, no tradition here. No memeing. No nothing. Go vote, please. And again, that's not... Ironically, that's going to be a relatively small addition of work on my load, because all I'm going to have to do is hit render and then walk away from the computer for half an hour, and then come back and hit render a second time, and then walk away from my computer for half an hour, and then come back and chunk -6, or excuse me, -12, -6, done, and it'll be done. So that will be a very small addition of work on my part, as opposed to what this, again, probably should have, which is manually going through every single scene and manually adjusting the audio in every single scene, which it's possible. I know exactly how I do it. Like, I have the tools to do that right now. It's just... Whew. But yeah, several people are saying they don't know the tech difference. That's fine. If you can't hear the difference, sincerely, vote with. Because if you can't hear the difference in what we just did, then we're doing our job properly. And that will assist with several scenes in making the voice acting more clear and distinct underneath the game audio. And if you're not familiar with the tech stuff, then vote whichever one sounds better. Because that's the whole point, is which one sounds better. Does straw poll allow you to change your vote? I actually don't know. The old straw poll didn't. I know that. I don't know if the new one does. Anyways. I have no idea how that would even be doable next time. We'd have to somehow make a thing that acknowledges every single dialogue line in the game that we have voices for, because we don't have all of them, and then attaches the correct file to every single text in the entire game. And I'm not sure that's even a thing. Yeah, sure. Let me get the vote link really quick. Here we go. I mean, that would be amazing. I agree, Max Time. It's just, I don't think it's actually possible. Because I'm not sure if FF9 actually tracks individual text boxes like that to allow a trigger, you know? I don't know. I've not dug into FF9's text code. Let's get rid of this. No, don't save changes. Do not save changes. But yeah, just as a final little addendum, because I like to keep people up to date on where we're at with the theater. Takoida is very nearly done with his stuff. Bragwin is very nearly done with her stuff. I just need the Chapter 11 and 13 stuff from Bragwin, and the Chapter 10 and 11 stuff from Takoida for Zanero and Bonero, as well as the Elite Guard. Dream Whisperer is up to Chapter 10. He's doing pretty well. Aiko is up to Chapter 12, so she's awesome. Amaranth is currently pushing his way through Chapter 11. And I just got some lines from Blue Wind this morning for Hilda. I haven't had a chance to go through those yet, but she might actually be done. I still need Killing You for Garland. I still need Ruth for Kuina. I still need Random for Kuja, kind of an important role. I still need Galtori. I know her real-life situation. I still need Reximus. I know his real-life situation. And I still need Ryokami, who I haven't heard from a bit, but she says she's working on it. And that's it. That's what we're missing right now. Do I have a new Kuja? Yeah, me. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and kind of... Yeah, exactly, Chubbin. You know exactly what I mean by that. The goal right now is I'm going to give Random a fairly large amount of leeway time because A, he's a really good voice actor and does a great Kuja, and B, as weird as this may sound, I'm the easiest, it's easiest for me to do the voice acting, so, because I can just do it and then immediately slot it in exactly where it is, and I know exactly what direction I want, I know exactly what the timing is, and I know exactly what the lines are. So it takes me very little time to do voice acting for this project. It's one of the reasons why I actually still haven't finished some of my own lines yet, because there's no rush. When I get there, I'll be able to smash it out in like an hour, right? So, if we get to the point where I have everything else, if we've gotten Rax's lines, and he's sort of his situation, if Galtori has gotten able to record, and we're just missing Kuja, then I will voice Kuja, and then that'll be the final period of lines we're doing. If Random comes back, or gets a hold of me, or otherwise has availability prior to then we're good, and he just does Kuja, and we're cool. But to give you a bit of an idea, thank you very, very much, Canada Banks. Very much appreciate the sub. Thank you. If you happen to want to put that towards something, please let me know. I want to let you hear Random's Kuja really quick. Let's do Chapter 5. Give me just a sec. Because he has actually done his Chapter 4 and 5 lines for Kuja. You have to give me a minute. Oh, sorry. Okay, so. And then she gets back to Alexandria. Then. I swore Kuja had some lines in Chapter 5. Oh, right. No, let's do Chapter 4. That's a better one to do that. And no, let's do Chapter 5. Okay, so where's Treno? Where's Treno? Treno is right here. Speaking of audio balancing, you want to know a scene I'm going to have to do some serious auto balancing on? Listen to this for a second.
2,900 gil.
3,000 gil. Such hush.
3,200 gil.
I don't think it's here anyway.
3,800 gil.
4,000 gil.
4,100 gil.
4,200 gil.
Are you coming?
4,600 gil.
That's actually not going to be too hard. I know exactly what I need to do and how I'm going to do it. The problem is nothing has been done. Like I said, I'm at the point of doing the polishing pass, which is when I actually do balancing and volume. And I haven't done anything for that section. So that's just, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people all talking over each other for the scene. But now Kuja is right over here.
How was Bamicia?
Hang on. Let me just adjust this. We'll do a really brusque thing.
How was Bamicia?
Not bad. Better if I didn't have to see those vermin and that ugly elephant lady. They offend my senses.
You must be tired.
It's not over yet. The rest of the vermin must be done away with.
Will you be heading to Clara then?
Yes, I trust you will deliver them.
Certainly. I shall prepare now.
By the way, did you see a pretty lady in the crowd today?
A pretty lady? Shall I arrange a meeting?
There is no need. The canary I've been after, she flew into my cage of her own free will. Never would I have imagined running into you in a place like this. It must be fate. But you cannot rest your wings yet. Fly home to your mother, my little canary. I, too, will welcome you home with open arms.
So that's random as Kuja. All for the art, Javin. That is one of several reasons why I'd prefer random to continue to voice Kuja. Funny fact, 2 roles for the theater had the most auditions back when we were still doing that. Kuja and Zidane. Go figure. I agree he's better than me, because I suck at voice acting. I hate my own voice acting. Honestly, I wish I wasn't voicing Vivi, but there's not really a lot of avoiding that, so... Hit that really quick. So that update out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to our second topic, because I do have something to talk about other than the theater today, and that is watch parties. Now, watch parties, I hate my voice, Jonathan. I really do. What actually irritates me the most is I always sound like me. Like, I can always tell it's me immediately, no matter what I do with my voice. It drives me crazy. Anyways, watch parties. So, watch parties is a brand new feature that Twitch is rolling out. To be slightly more accurate, it's a new feature that Amazon is rolling out. Now, the way it works is we set up a watch party, and it allows us to watch some content that is available via Amazon Prime, that is to say, Prime Video, and have it streamed. And yeah, it'll be streamed here, legally. Now, like I said, this is basically unheard of. This is... Let me rewind for a second. How many of you have ever rented or watched a movie? Can you record a VOD? No. In fact, I cannot use OBS at all. They're actually pretty specific about that. So, you have a movie, you shove the VHS or DVD or Blu-ray or whatever into, your TV, and you watch it, and you're like, hey, let's see here, Darth Tyron and Dream Whisperer and Dakota and Mike Romano and Crazy Nurse and Larry and Bragwin, come on over. I got Taco Bell. So we got Taco Bell, and we got the movie, and we all watch it, right? Now, you already see where I'm going with this, but this is something that they have actually fought against back in the day. Some of you probably remember this. Back in the early and mid-90s, there was a big push against VHSs, specifically because of the fact that people could watch it without paying for it. Now, those people can go to hell, and they lost that fight pretty hard, actually. They lost that fight super hard. And yeah, let's not even talk about how much VHSs have had an impact on the film industry. Never mind DVDs and Blu-rays and digital video. Let's just ignore all of that for the moment. The problem is, in more recent time... I know, right, Plutonia? In more recent times, there's been a larger shift towards online interaction. Like what we're doing right now. Just to name one example. Or we could hop on Discord and chat. Or we could hop in Zoom and see each other and talk, right? Like, it's becoming more and more commonplace. It's been a thing for years and years at this point. I mean... But it is definitely expanding substantially within the last couple of years. And like I said, it's becoming normal. It's becoming a commonplace thing. So one of the things that's been a quiet frustration to me is the fact that there's no possibility to stream anything I do, like for Ruminations, like a Star Trek episode or whatever, because I would be sued into oblivion for doing so. This is the first step to legally push against that. Now, someone asked earlier, what's the catch? The catch is actually very simple. The catch is you have to do it in this precise manner that they're doing it. Can't have any VODs. You know, there will be no local recordings of this. And it's only whatever's available on Amazon Prime. Prime Video, in short. That's it. That's the restriction. That's the limitations. That's how they're currently dancing around the legal issues, because they are only vouching for the stuff that they have already vouched for, put simply. Well, no, because Picard is only available on CBS All Access, Jovan. What content is on Prime Video? Well, if you go to www.amazon.com, there we go. And let's pull up Amazon Prime Video. There we go. Actually, that's not what I want. Hang on. Here we go. Prime Video. The whole thing. There you go. All of this. I'm sorry. My question, my point here, Hazardous, is the library is simultaneously gargantuan and pretty specific. Some stuff is there and some stuff is not there. And it's also not a static thing, kind of like Netflix. Stuff can both come and go off of Amazon Prime Video. I mean, at a glance here, we could watch the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. 1917 is available now. The Lego Movie 2 is on there. What else we got? Detective Pikachu is there. Birds of Prey is there. That's funny. Knives Out is there. Lego Movie. The MLP movie. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. Rambo Last Blood. I think that's Rambo 5. Goldfinger is on there. Bridge Too Far. Les Miserables. I'm not sure which version. Now, yeah, exactly, Maverick. Yes, My Little Pony. Actually, the version of My Little Pony I have been watching for the show is specifically the Prime Video one. Now, so there's a fairly large amount of rules to go down in order to watch this, but it really boils down to just to put it simply. Did I not just mention My Little Ponies here, Mike? There's also all of the Amazon original stuff, which is Apparently we do actually get CBS All Access? Hang on a second. That can't be right. Oh, it's a trial. Okay. So I get a 30-day trial by virtue of having Amazon Prime. That's interesting. I believe you, Canada Banks. I don't hate you. Take your time. It's a big list. But let's see, is The Expanse on here? It better be. The Expanse, Season 1. The Expanse, Season 2. The Expanse, Season 3. The Expanse, Season 4? We're up to 4 already? Seriously? Wow, what do you know? I mean, I'd be in favor of that, Braven. I suppose I should mention there's another catch. And the catch is you have to have Amazon Prime. I'm sorry, it didn't even occur to me to mention that. But I've had Amazon Prime for a couple of years at this point and have no plans on getting rid of it. I just get too much use out of it. But you do have to subscribe to the, $15 a month or whatever thing in order to have access to the service at all. You do have to pay Amazon money to access the watch parties. To my knowledge, just the hoster. Let me... Select title, select watch party. Open watch party tab. So how do... Okay, I think I can test this right now. So, legally, I have to chop off the local recording. So we're going to do that.